Welcome everyone. In this session, we'll demystify generative AI and show how tools like ChatGPT and Google Gemini can act as your on-call co-teacher. You'll see live demos, leave with copy and paste prompts, and most importantly, gain the confidence to experiment in a safe, ethical way. Whether you teach reception or A-level, there's something here to lighten your workload and spark creativity. Let's dive in. Artificial intelligence made a quantum leap in 2022 with the public release of large language models. For teachers, that means a 24-hour assistant that drafts lessons, marks work, and personalizes materials in seconds. Students will graduate into workplaces where AI fluency is assumed, so modeling thoughtful use in school is part of our mission. By offloading routine tasks to machines, we free up the uniquely human space for relationships and deep learning. Think of an LLM as a supercharged autocomplete. It's been exposed to billions of sentences and learns the statistical patterns of language. When you ask a question, it's not searching a database of facts, it's predicting the next most probable words. That means it can explain, translate, and even reason, but it can also be confidently wrong. The magic and the risk lies in the prompts we give and the critical eye we keep. ChatGPT is OpenAI's friendly front door to LLMs. For teachers, ChatGPT excels at brainstorming lesson plans, generating reading passages at multiple levels, or whipping up a differentiated quiz. It's also extensible. You can browse a library of custom GPTs, think subject-specific tutors or marking assistants built by other educators. To get started, open chat.openai.com, click sign up, and choose your school email to keep your personal and professional accounts separate. After email and SMS verification, you're in. Gemini is Google's equivalent to ChatGPT. A standout feature is how smoothly it plugs into Google Workspace. In Docs, you can highlight text and summon Gemini to refine, extend, or translate. In Slides, it can draft speaker notes or suggest images. Because it can pull in real-time web context, it's great for up-to-date statistics or news summaries, handy when lesson content needs to feel current. Gemini is Google's equivalent to ChatGPT. A standout feature is how smoothly it plugs into Google Workspace. In Docs, you can highlight text and summon Gemini to refine, extend, or translate. In Slides, it can draft speaker notes or suggest images. Because it can pull in real-time web context, it's great for up-to-date statistics or news summaries, handy when lesson content needs to feel current. Traditionally, we handcrafted each worksheet and differentiated manually. With LLMs, you write one master prompt and spin out unlimited variations, change the reading age, switch context to local landmarks, or regenerate until the tone feels right. The teacher's role shifts from author to curator. You review, tweak, and approve AI output. It's a bit like having an endless trainee teacher who drafts materials you polish to perfection. Here's why early adopter teachers are enthusiastic. First time, AI can slice hours off planning and marking so you reclaim evenings. Second, personalization. Instantly adjust reading level, language, or interest to suit every learner, including special educational needs support. Third, creativity. Need a fresh analogy or a role-play script set on Mars? Ask and it appears. Finally, feedback. Paste a student draft and get immediate rubric-aligned suggestions, then decide what to keep. Let's get started by opening ChatGPT and typing a clear prompt. If you prefer Google Gemini or Microsoft Copilot, the exact same prompts work there, so choose whichever tool fits your classroom ecosystem. Okay, let's get started. You are an experienced Key Stage 3 science teacher. Plan a 50-minute lesson on photosynthesis for Mixed Ability Year 8, including a low-prep practical and 3 formative assessment checks. Okay, so let's see what ChatGPT outputted and how it helps teachers. In response to the prompt, ChatGPT created a fully structured 50-minute science lesson plan covering learning objectives tied to curriculum goals, a clear lesson breakdown by time slots, a hook question, and whole class discussion to start the lesson. 3 formative assessment points, including a mini whiteboard activity, an odd one out, concept check, an exit ticket, a low prep practical activity using spinach leaves and cups of water to observe oxygen production. Differentiation strategies for both lower and higher ability students. a quick-fire quiz and reflection to end the session. Optional homework to extend learning. So how exactly does this save time for teachers? Well, first off, there's no need to start from scratch. The whole lesson is already planned out and ready to deliver. The practical activity, it's super simple. No fancy lab equipment, just things you probably already have in your classroom. It also includes built-in assessment with quick checks throughout the lesson so you know exactly how your students are doing. Plus, it's differentiated. That means there are options and support built in for all learners, whether they need a bit more help or a bit more challenge. And finally, the whole thing follows a clear, structured timeline, so your lesson stays focused, on track, and stress-free. And what are the benefits of this prompt 1 clarity? The prompt gives just enough direction to get a highly relevant targeted result. 2. Speed. Teachers can generate an entire lesson outline in under a minute. 3rd, consistency. Ensures coverage of key elements, engagement, practical work, and assessment. 4. Adaptability. The generated plan can be quickly tweaked to suit specific classes or settings. 5. Support for busy teachers. Perfect for last-minute cover lessons or early career teachers looking for structure and inspiration. Okay, let's look at some other prompt ideas. Compose a concise, empathetic email, approximately 200 words, updating parents on their child's progress in the algebraic expressions module, summarising strengths, areas for improvement, actionable home support tips, and an invitation to discuss further in a meeting. Find reliable sources on World War II for a Year 6 class project. Suggest icebreaker questions for the first day of class. Let's do another prompt, but this time using Google Gemini. Generate a differentiated worksheet activity for my Year 4 class on using apostrophes for possession. Include 3 levels of difficulty with 2 questions at each level and answer keys. Why it's useful? This prompt directly addresses the need for differentiated instruction. It saves time by generating varied activities suitable for different learning needs within a class, along with the crucial answer keys for efficient marking. For example, a lower difficulty level might involve single possessive nouns, a medium level plural possessive nouns, and a higher level joint possession. Let's have a quick recap as to why teachers should start using prompts, and here are some key advantages. Saves time on daily tasks, generates differentiated learning resources, facilitates quick communication with parents, and using prompts aids efficient lesson planning. At its core, yes, ChatGPT is brilliant at generating text. Need a lesson plan, a newsletter for parents, or even differentiated tasks for students? Sorted, but what really excites us is what ChatGPT can do beyond text. Need visual aids for your lesson on the solar system, or a quick diagram of the water cycle? ChatGPT can now generate custom images from your prompts. Just describe what you need. A cartoon of a Victorian classroom, for example, and boom, you've got it. It's perfect for younger learners, special educational needs students, or just to make things that little bit more visual and engaging. ChatGPT also supports audio. You can create voiceovers for slides, narration for digital stories, or even revision podcasts for your students. Imagine typing in a story and getting it read aloud by a calm, clear voice. Brilliant for literacy support and English as an additional language learners. Let's talk prep time. What if you could generate an entire PDF worksheet or PowerPoint presentation just by typing a few lines? You can. ChatGPT can turn a rough outline into polished resources, whether it's a 5-slide deck on fractions or a parent handout about internet safety. This isn't about replacing teachers, it's about removing the grunt work so you can focus on what matters. With ChatGPT, you can spend less time formatting and more time connecting with your students. And the best part, you're not just consuming content, you're co-creating it. ChatGPT becomes your thinking partner, your co-planner, your creative assistant. Just like Blue Peter, here are the images I created earlier using ChatGPT. They're high quality, and the best part is, if you're not quite happy with one, you can simply type out what you'd like to change and ask ChatGPT to recreate it. It's a fantastic tool for supporting visual learners. Did you spot the mistake earlier with the solar system? Yes, you're right. Uranus is mentioned twice and there's no Jupiter. This just goes to show artificial intelligence is not perfect. You still need to check outputs for quality and adjust accordingly. After spotting this, I recreated a new solar system image. This time there were no labels. So I asked ChatGPT to recreate the image and add labels, and even then, one label was missing. The point here is AI isn't perfect, and teachers still need to make judgments. It's a great tool, but you've got to stay switched on. Now with the Victorian image, I wasn't happy with the initial cartoon as it showed the teacher looking angry. So I created a new Victorian cartoon, but I still wasn't happy as this time the teacher was holding a cane. So I went back again and recreated the images to remove the cane altogether. Just another reminder that while AI is fast, you still need to guide it carefully. It's not just about generating content. It's about making sure the output aligns with your values and the message you want to send. Okay, so we need to address the question, what's an AI hallucination? A hallucination in AI, like with ChatGPT, is when the AI makes something up that sounds real but isn't true. It's like when a child is confidently telling you a story, but some parts aren't based on facts. They've just filled in the gaps with imagination. For example, AI might say that Uranus is a planet. It's not. Make up a quote or a website link that doesn't exist. Mix up facts like saying the Eiffel Tower is in Italy. How can you spot a hallucination? Check the facts. If something doesn't sound quite right, Google it or ask for a source. Look for confidence without evidence. AI might say things in a very confident tone, even if they're wrong. Test the logic. If something feels off or inconsistent, it's worth double checking. Why does this happen? AI doesn't know facts. It predicts what words are likely to come next based on patterns in data it was trained on. It's not connected to live data or real-time truth unless specifically designed to be. So sometimes it fills in the blanks and accidentally creates a believable but incorrect answer. That's why human judgment is still so important, especially in schools. AI is a tool, not a truth machine. ChatGPT and Gemini are incredibly powerful when it comes to manipulating text. Whether it's a formal letter, a quick update, or a newsletter for parents, these AI tools can make the writing process super easy. All you need to do is type a rough, high-level overview. Don't worry about typos or spelling mistakes. ChatGPT will fix those for you. Studies show people save between 40% and 80% of their time when using AI to draft emails compared to writing from scratch. That's a game changer for busy teachers, school admins, and anyone managing parent communications. It's also important to note that ChatGPT, for example, has been trained mostly on US English. So if you want UK spellings like colour instead of colour, make sure to specify UK English in your prompt. You can also go into the settings and set your preferred language style to ensure all your outputs use the correct spelling. Here are the top 5 benefits. It's faster than typing from scratch. It fixes grammar and spelling instantly. It turns notes into polished drafts. It saves brain power and reduces stress. It works 24/7 with no complaints. Using ChatGPT to help with writing is like having a smart assistant sitting next to you while you talk through your ideas. Imagine you're building a house. Normally, you'd have to cut the wood, hammer every nail, and measure every wall yourself. That's writing from scratch. But with ChatGPT, it's like having a skilled builder who listens to your vision and does most of the heavy lifting, cutting, measuring, and assembling while you focus on the big picture. You say, I want a cozy living room with lots of light, and they quickly sketch the floor plan, source the materials, and put it together, leaving you to make small tweaks at the end. Let's compare 2 scenarios. Without ChatGPT, you spend 10 to 15 minutes writing a parent letter, checking grammar, fixing spelling, rewording awkward phrases, and second-guessing tone. With ChatGPT, you type a 1-minute prompt with rough notes and key points. ChatGPT drafts a clean professional message for you to review, saving 80 to 90% of your time. It's not just about speed, it's about removing friction from the process, so you can focus on teaching, leading, or just getting on with your day. So you'll have noticed by now that we can generate text, images, and more using ChatGPT, but often we end up copying and pasting that content into emails, documents, or websites. That's starting to change. More and more tools are now integrating ChatGPT and other large language models like Gemini directly into their platforms. Take the popular school website management system School Jotter, for example. You can now edit a page, insert a text block, and simply click the AI icon. From there, you type in a prompt, just like you would in ChatGPT. In this example, I'll ask ChatGPT to generate a list of 30 spellings for Year 6 pupils at primary school. Once the list is generated, I can instantly insert it into the web page and hit publish. That's it. It's a powerful new way to create and distribute content to parents, students, and teachers with fewer clicks and no need to switch tools. Even better, you can create AI-generated images and insert those directly onto your website too, opening up all kinds of new possibilities for parental engagement and online learning support. The future of school communications is faster, smarter, and more creative with AI right at your fingertips. As AI continues to evolve, there are now some amazing tools teachers can explore to enhance learning and communication in their classrooms. One tool worth trying is SoundBranch. This platform allows you and your students to record voice notes, which are then automatically transcribed using AI. From these recordings, you can easily create podcasts, making it a brilliant way to amplify student voice and boost parental engagement. Whether it's a student reflection, a class discussion, or an update from the teacher, SoundBranch makes it easy to capture, share, and repurpose spoken content. Another exciting platform is Oracy Champions. Here, students can play fun, interactive Oracy games online. One example is the classic yes-no game, helping pupils build quick thinking and communication skills. Then there's Say It, See It, where students describe an image out loud, and AI instantly creates the image based on their spoken words. These images aren't just fun and engaging, they're particularly powerful for students with special educational needs, offering a visual way to connect language and meaning. Plus, those AI-generated images can be used across the curriculum. For example, students can take the image they've created and then be asked to write a short story or essay inspired by it. It's a seamless way to bridge spoken language with written work, encouraging creativity and deeper learning. Here are some useful links for tools with AI built in. Firstly, School Jotter can be found at schooljotter.com, and School Jotter is a leading school website management system. You can see with the AI text and image generation how your curriculum pages on your website could be enhanced further. Then you have SoundBranch, where you can start recording voice notes with AI, and you can also create podcasts without the hassle of scheduling and editing. SoundBranch turns voice notes into podcast episodes, making podcasting quick and easy. You can choose to keep your podcast private, share it on your school website, or publish it to platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Head over to soundbrand.ch to learn more about SoundBranch and download the app from the Apple App Store for iOS or Google Play for Android. And finally, you have Oracy Champions, and the address for that is oracychampions.com. This is the go-to platform for Oracy games and tracking student progress. It's especially valuable for students with special educational needs and those learning English as an additional language.